Testing, 1, 2, testing, and boom. What's going on, guys? Samuel World from Samuel 1 World Religions here, back with her top daily Royale today. It's for today's video. I'm here to talk about my top 10 best movies of 2006. I've been having a blast doing this series so far. Hope you enjoyed the ones done from 1996 to 2005 so far. And also about 2006. Another interesting year for movies that has a lot of all-time greats on here as well. So, hope you enjoy. Let's get into talk about the best movies of 2006. But as always, before we get to let's get into the 10 honorable mentions. And the honorable mentions are Little Miss Sunshine, Monster House, Slither, The Devil Wears Prada, Invincible, The Breakup, Over the Hedge, Aquamarine, Final Destination 3, and Snakes. I've had it with these snakes on this I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Snakes on a plane. Those are our mentions. Hope you enjoy it. And hope you enjoy the list. Now let's get to the list, shall we? And now, kicking off the list, number 10, we have Mission Impossible 3. The film that is very much known for basically saving the Mission Impossible franchise after Mission Impossible 2. Of course, the original is still great. Of course, Mission Impossible 2 was not really that well received. But as one kind of basically course corrected it and pretty much made the insane franchise that it is now. It had like 4 amazing movies after this, with of course Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, Ballad, and the recent Dead Reckoning. And Mission Impossible 3 is definitely still probably the most underappreciated film of this franchise, honestly. I don't think you really talk about it nearly as enough, at least nowadays. This is also, I believe, the director of J.J. Abrams, who of course is a really famous director nowadays, for better for worse, to talk to. And overall, this movie I think is actually great. It has missed the marks that what makes one of these movies so great, with frenetic, crazy, and insane action set pieces, having a great villain, Bill Hoffman, having a great crew, great character interactions, insane, crazy stunts. And while I wouldn't say this movie has like an all-time great stunt in this franchise, the action is still fantastic in general. Overall, this film is just fun and insane from beginning to end, so it does, in my opinion, belong on this list. Now, at number 9, I'm not sure whether I'm going to be happy or sad that this movie is on this list. Well, I just had a preference here, and that is High School Musical. Yeah, I'm a High School Musical, I think, and I guess kind of still this with the series and everything, so. But yeah, I grew up High School Musical. I grew up pretty much a lot of 2006 movies, and High School Musical was pretty much the shit when it came out, and it's one of the serious movies that I always like going back and rewatching. I always look back at them very fondly. As the other films that pretty much kind of like take a lot of the tropes that you expect from high school teen movies and kind of flips it on its head a little bit. Well, again, being a musical with a lot of random singing musical numbers out of nowhere. But I think this, honestly, the original, honestly, 7 years later, is still pretty effective what it does, honestly. Well, I won't say it all ages pretty well. You know, it still has very likable characters, very great dynamics between them. It's pretty much to fill the launch Zac Efron into the limelight as a teen heartthrob. It's better for worse nowadays, but it's pretty well here as well. Steven Peltzer Hudgens, Hedge Tisdale plays a really fun villain with Sharpay. The story is very compelling, the dynamics are all pretty interesting, and again, the music still slaps. There's a pretty much consistent thing you can say about all these movies, that the music still slaps. Like, occasionally I would really put on Breaking 3 or Contender Game, and a lot of classic songs in this original movie. Like, they're classic for a reason. They're definitely some of the best stuff that Disney show. Like, there's so many great songs, you can do a top 10 list in all these movies. Honestly. I probably won't say the third one's probably my favorite, honestly, but this is probably close second to my favorite in the franchise. And yet, again, the songs still work, the characters still work. Honestly, it's probably just something that like a bit more than why it's just 09, and it's also a Disney Channel movie after all, but again, I still love these movies very fondly, so High School Musical does belong on this list. It's funny that number 8 on my last list was a DreamWorks movie, and now we have another DreamWorks movie at number 8, which I was very unintentional, honestly. But at number 8, we have Flushed Away. Again, I'm a movie that I'm also very nostalgic for because I used to watch this movie constantly growing up. And honestly, I think this is definitely one of DreamWorks' more underappreciated movies. Honestly, like, it generally is, in my opinion, honestly. I mean, you got a really great cast with Kate Winslet and Hugh Jackman aboard, and basically one guy who just used to be living in luxury despite not having anyone to talk to or be around. And, well, it ends up being this random brat who basically ends up pushing down to the sewers, and he basically wants to get out and help with this girl that helps him and everything, and they don't actually go for an actual romantic angle here, which is I think is also very fancy. But over Flush Away, I think it also holds up pretty well, honestly. The animation is probably the most unique the DreamWorks has ever done, has some great humor, has pretty great villains, especially the henchmen who steal the show in every scene. The music is really well done, the whole serial aspect is basically really well handled, and there's nice world building here as well, and they have some really fun, great humor, some really nice emotion. It's kind of what you expect from an animated movie this portion, but I think that still does it pretty well, and I always have a smile on my face whenever I go back to it. I don't know if I call it top tier DreamWorks honestly, but I still think it's still worth watch. Now at number 7, we have The Pursuit of Happiness. Yes, Pursuit of Happiness by Will Smith, starring Will Smith and his son Jay Smith, comes in at number 7. I always have a number that I seem to always have fun for, honestly, and when I watch that, I always feel a lot good. I really don't know how a lot of people really actually feel about it. I don't know a lot of people actually put this movie on a list like this, but again, I've always loved Pursuit of Happiness, and honestly, I still really do. This is definitely one of Will Smith's most emotional performances. It's a very touching story and a very real story. We do actually care about the characters and their struggles or what they're going through. Honestly, you really feel a lot of the emotions in the scenes. The father-son dynamic is great. Honestly, the characters are really well done. I actually feel real, honestly, in this movie. It's a very real drama that gets you invested in what's going on. That's pretty much my place for this movie, honestly. It's just a really investing, great, dramatic movie. That's what I have to say about it, but it's done. I still not to put on this list. And now we get to another classic film at number 6, and that is V for Vendetta. I'm not sure what people are going to be happy that I only have V for Vendetta at number 6 on this list. I'm sure a lot of people expect this not to be on this list at all, or to be a little bit higher. But yes, I still love this movie, honestly. It may not be something I go back to very often, but once I do once again appreciate with the great directing, the excellent screenplay, the fantastic performances, especially from Natalie Portman, who gives probably her best performance here in this movie, in my opinion. Like, also Hugo Weaving, and great cast as well. Great action, great visual effects, great costume design. Just, again, what can I say with that already been said? It's definitely still worth watch if you haven't already. And now we go to what's personally one of my favorite comedy films of all time, and that is Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. And I film I also watched a lot when it came out, and honestly, it's still one of the most fun and relatable comedies out there. And it's one of those comedies that just knows what it is and just embraces the crazy, zany humor here as well. It's probably, in my opinion, of all the films he's done, Adam McKay's best movie, in my opinion. Will Ferrell is fantastic, definitely one of his best comedic performances, and Jessica Cohen, Michael Clunkin, and John C. Reilly as well. Everyone works pretty well. They try to get some crazy and zany moments that have brought this movie that's just still surprising and still just top tier laughter that always have me gut busting laughing for every scene. The race sequences are in general great as well. The story is still very heartfelt in a lot of areas. It's basically that's what you want from a comedy, and I've always loved this movie, and it definitely deserves to be in the top 5. And for me, it is one of my personal all-time favorite comedies. Comedian at number 4. Sorry. At number 4, we have Rocky Balboa. Yes, I'm putting a Rocky movie on this list. Again, follow me for a bit, you guys know I do love the Rocky franchise. I think I did a regular franchise actually a while back. Honestly, and I did rewatch the entire franchise, and man, have got how good this series. Like, I'm told I'd even enjoy Rocky 5 here next time, honestly. But I pretty much all movies are solid to good to amazing. Honestly, and Rocky Balboa honestly has always been one of my favorites in the franchise. I don't think any Rocky movie is going to top the original, honestly, but there's a lot of creaking pretty damn close. And one of these also has common creed, which, spoiler, that'll probably be my 2015 list. Is that the movies that actually a lot of people weren't excited for, a lot of people weren't expecting to be as good as they were. And yet they did end up being as good as you expect as they were. Again, it's one of Stone's best performances as a character, showing in a very different time period, which makes it a lot more compelling. Honestly, you got him trying to juggle a lot of stuff in his life and trying to get back to the rings by being an old person. And it's a pretty compelling journey, and Stallone really sells that shit to the T. And such, but it was just some pretty amazing scenes, of course, with that iconic line with has with a son. That's honestly one of my favorite movies of all time, honestly, one of the most inspiring movie scenes, period. I don't know. And the boxing scenes are so great, the villains are really well done, you get some fantastic moments in this series, that's some of the best in this series. Again, like I said, that moment I mentioned earlier where the Cedar Rock has sounds probably maybe the best moment in this franchise. So Rocky Balboa, in my opinion, is a very inspirational movie and a top tier sports movie in general. Now, coming in at number 3, we have The Departed. Honestly, looking back at this movie, honestly, I mean, I definitely start rewatching a lot of Martin Scorsese movies, honestly, because I really haven't done that. Honestly, there's some movies I have not watched, and some movies I have not watched in years, so eventually I do plan maybe do a marathon where I watch all the movies and maybe do a ranking of all the movies. Being in The Departed is still one of the best movies that he has done, and he's still one of the best crime tales ever made. Like, I don't even know what I can say, but has already been said. It's compelling, thrilling, fantastic performances from his characters, especially from Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, and yeah, pretty talented cast here, and they all do fantastic with their roles. You get some really surprises, some really fantastic action, fantastic writing, editing, and just, again, what can I say has already been said. And now we can get to another top 2 that were probably pretty obvious for making this list. The 2 movies that I definitely remember this year are also all my all-time favorite movies like last year was. And finally, number 2 is another Christopher Nolan movie, and that is Prestige. I told you I like Christopher Nolan. There's a reason why he's one of the most beloved filmmakers of all time. Because of movies like this. And Prestige has always been one of my favorite films, honestly. When I first watched it, like around 2017, when I did a review series when I tried to review all of his movies. And honestly, Prestige still is one of my favorites. It's definitely a unique told thriller. It has a lot of things that you expect from a Nolan movie in terms of the structure, in terms of the storytelling, in terms of making characters that are not the most likable, yet so compelling. And Hugh Jackman and Christopher Bale, who are both fantastic in their roles, who give some of the best performances of their careers as well. And you've got great performances from Scarlett Johansson and Michelle Williams. Got incredible magic set pieces that are just visually amazing and dazzling. And you got like a twist that you would not see coming and make you actually rethink what you just saw. Like, yeah, this one basically has the hallmarks of any Christopher Nolan movie. It's honestly probably my top 3 Nolan movies behind The Exception and The Dark Knight. So yeah, Prestige, perfection. But now we get to the film that I knew was going to be number 1 when I was making the list. So my number 1 favorite movie of 2006 is Casino Royale. I'm Bond. James Bond. Which is my favorite James Bond movie and one of my favorite action movies of all time. Honestly, and I remember first watching the movie and it was so blown away. I think it was also I'll say it's the second Bond movie I ever watched because I actually that was actually my introduction to the franchise. Yes, I'm not joking. And I did watch all the other Craig movies when it came out, and I didn't make my mistake about Bond movies, but I think I saw them all the way through. And then when COVID started, I basically rewatched all the James Bond movies for the first time. And honestly, it made me appreciate this movie so much more, with this being a complete reboot and reinvention of the character. Of course, we're having actual compelling characters and a compelling narrative. Like, honestly, the other Bond movies didn't have that. This one will have them, especially more than ever. What it do to Craig's character, Bond, is fantastic. You got fantastic character moments, an incredible villain played by Matt Nicholson, exhilarating, incredible action set pieces, some incredibly devastating moments that are still affected Bond till No End to Die, which came out 2021, honestly. Honestly, just a lot of greatness to it, and a lot of just pow, pow, pow. It's also paced pretty well, it has great emotion to it, has some great surprises. It's basically the perfect action movie, and along with the great opening sequences that really does reinvent the series, and you know my name's still freaking jam. All that's why Royale is my favorite movie of 2006. Okay, those were my top 10 best movies of 2006. Definitely let me know down in the comment section what are your favorite movies of this year. What are your favorite movies of 2006? I would definitely let me know down below in the comment section. I have a lot more. Hope you guys enjoy this series. I'm excited to continue on the series later more down the road. I'm Sam World Productions. I'll see you next time. As always, stay cool out, but peace.